Share screen. Here we go.
We the only people here?
It's just us, yes.
Okay.
All right. So have you seen, this is about creating emails for your clients.
Okay.
And the first place we're going to go is we're going to jump into designs because that is where you have like this plethora of email templates that you can use to create that everyone, when they go in designs, they automatically go to social and they mess with those. But there's so much more to designs than just that.
Okay.
So I'm going to click on the design button. Are you going to have yourself a glass of wine while you watch?
Sure, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
I think I need to turn the light on because I mean, you can't see me, but I can see you. So I guess it doesn't matter. So, okay, I'm good.
All right, so I'm in designs and all I've done is clicked on email up here at the top. And these are all the templates that I have created. Yours is probably pretty blank, but they're super easy to get to. It's the same process. You're literally just going to click the big round circle in the bottom that says, that has a plus to it.
Okay.
If I open that up, I can then select emails, click next, and it's going to jump me to where I can select a template. They don't give us a preview to see what they look like. So you kind of have to like look at each one to know what you're doing. But there are 72 templates to pick from.
Wow.
And there's a bunch of different, like there's like newsletter templates. There's are you ready to sell templates, tax day, virtual home tour, refinancing, financial health, low budget projects, chill your bills, open house, and you can personalize it. So open house emails. There are just listed emails that you can send out, buy versus rent. I mean, there are all kind of templates. Happy Thanksgiving, how to know when you're ready to buy, happy holidays, happy spring, buyer lead conversation touch 3. I mean, they have got all kinds of different emails to kind of pick from. And they're super easy to change and personalize. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to select an open house one.
And is this so you just don't have to recreate the wheel and like retype everything in your own email?
Exactly. And you can, if you come up here in the right-hand corner, you can create a new template that's completely blank and use widgets to put together your own email. That's what I do to send out like the emails with the links for my tech classes. I just created a template.
Widgets.
Yep, I'll show you how to create a blank one here in a minute. I just want to show you how easy it is to like come through here and look at some of these. So I'm going to use like a luxury open house marketing one. I'm just going to simply click it. It's going to highlight with this blue circle around it. And then we'll come down here and we'll hit the next button. It literally brings us in to see what the email looks like.
Huh.
Okay. Now, obviously, these stats aren't going to be for your house. This picture isn't your house, but this is all really easy to change. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then notice how we have this like line star agent first name star line. That's one of those like merge capture fields. So if you remember from Smart Plans, we could add these little slogans in and it would automatically capture the agent's information from the marketing profile. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing here. Up here, like in the middle of the screen off to the right a little bit, we have like some different options. We have this little eyeball. that's a preview button. So if I click the preview, it'll kind of let me see what that's going to look like, and notice that the agent information is filled in with my information. Do you see that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So it gives you just an idea of what that's going to look like. Okay. I'm just going to hit the X in the top right-hand corner to kind of minimize that back down. Now to edit this information, all I got to simply do is click the image, just going to click on it. And then I get this like pencil and little trash can. So I can delete it or I can edit it. I'm going to click the pencil to edit. I can then replace the image, and I can also change the size of the image and where I want it positioned on the screen. I can even add a link to it if I want people to be able to click the picture and it take them to like a website or a landing page. Okay.
I have not done a landing page yet. I need to do that.
If you go back and watch the Command 101 from today, I haven't got the video on the calendar yet. I've got it uploaded into YouTube. I just got to switch the links out. If you click on the link in the calendar, probably here in just a little bit after this class, you'll be able to go back and watch that.
Is that important to have a landing page for certain scenarios like open house or something?
It's nice to have landing pages if you're sending out advertisings on a property, because so you can create like a personalized website with all the information about the listing. So you'd create like a landing page for like your listings and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so to replace the image, you literally just click the replace button. And then obviously for me, I've added quite a few images in here. Yours for the first time will be blank. You can select from like listing images. So you can come in here and look up your listing via the address. Do you have a listing right now?
I have never had a listing. I've only had buyers.
Okay, so
I'm trying to do an open house this Saturday for Miss Sarah McKinney if she gets approval from her owners.
okay.
You have a listing you can give me, Miss Brooklyn?
I do not. Use 1082 Coraline. Okay, I'll simply select the image that I want to use and then hit replace. And it will pop that up in there for me. I can resize it if I want to resize it. I'll just leave it the same. And then I'm going to click the done button that's right here. And it will switch that image over. I didn't change the dimensions of the photo that was there. So you see how it's kind of like all wonky?
Mm-hmm.
That's a simple fix. Literally just hit the edit button. This is more rectangular. Notice how this picture is a rectangle. So I could simply change this to be like width, maybe 500 and height 450. Done. It's a little bit better. I could probably make it a little bit better. Just keep messing with it till you get it where you want it. Now, when you first bring an image in, if you're making your own, like if I was to grab this image here and drag it over and drop it and kind of just select this one, it's going to be the exact size that image actually is. And then I can edit it from there. Super easy. Same thing with your words here. If this isn't matching up with your information that goes along with this listing, all you got to simply do is click it, hit the edit button, and then it's just like Word. Okay, it's just like Word. You can start coming in here and typing how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms it is, what the square footage is.
I love Word. That's what I'm used to.
Yep, it's just like Word. I can even change the font
Hmm.
by picking one of these fonts up here. We don't have a ton of options, but you do have a couple. And you can change the size of it. And then here's where you can add in those, I can't remember what they're called, something merge fields where it'll grab the information off of your marketing profile. So a nice little Word thing there, and just simply hit done and it will edit the information for you. So super quick, super easy. They give you all these templates to pick from, and then you just simply come in, change the information to what you want it to look like. You can even add your own like legal header to it. It's going to be your information as well. You can add buttons. If I was to edit this button, I can change it to learn more, and then I can add a link to it. Let's see. Just say that's my landing page that I have. So then if they're reading the email, they can click it and it'll take them to more information about this open house that I'm doing. Can change the color of it. Just always remember to hit the done button and it will change it. So super easy, right? Not hard at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then all you got to do is like save it. You can rename it up here in the top left-hand corner.
That's a cute house. Is that your listing?
No, it was my listing last year, but I sold it.
Super cute. It looks like a little hobbit house or something.
It's adorable. It's actually 2 houses on one property. This is the main house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. And then if you can see right here, this is like a second garage and a second house as well.
Oh, wow.
It's a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath, living room, kitchen, and its own garage. And then back here, you have like a barn type deal thing with a workshop in it with power and everything.
Is it harder to sell properties that have 2 homes or easier?
Only certain loan types can buy properties like that.
Yeah.
But this house came with like all this land, like 20 some acres. So it was a big piece of property.
Yeah.
It was hard to sell, but we eventually sold it. Okay, so I'm going to save and exit. Now, if none of the templates are what you need, you can simply click the green dot, emails, next, and then create your own template. And it'll bring you in here and it'll have a blank page. And you'll use these things over here called widgets. And it's just like how you can edit the other ones. You simply click and hold, drag it over, drop it. Here's my listing block. Here's a market snapshot. You can here's the event block. The event block is what I use when I send out classes. You can add videos.
But you don't fill it in until you drag and drop it and then fill it in.
Yep, that's all you gotta do is you drag it over. You see that green bar, how it's moving up and down the page?
Mm-hmm.
That green bar is where it's gonna drop.
Okay.
Okay. So then I've dropped all this information and now I need to edit it. So I just simply click it and hit the edit button. And then here's where it's going to let me add information. Okay. So I obviously want to replace that image. I can select from a listing. Let's just pick a random one. I don't know. Let's see. I know this isn't where we're from, but this one looks like fun. So we'll use this one. Oh, this one's pretty.
Let's move there. I'll go in halvesies with you.
You want to have these with me? That sounds awesome. Now notice when I selected that and I picked a picture, the information down here automatically updated with the listing information as well. So I didn't have to bring that over. Now I can add some alternate text if I want to. I don't know if this is next to the beach, but I'm just going to say the one next to the beach.
St. Augustine.
And then you can, of course, add that landing page. You can add an alternate website, or you can even add a merge tag here. That's what it's called, merge tag. See, I'm right. And you can add in like the listing agent's information name or whatever you want to do. Usually you're going to do like a landing page of some sort or a website. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Then I'll just click done, and there it is. It's all filled out. I don't know where that alternate information went, but it's there.
Probably in the description.
Probably, yeah. Okay. And then, same thing. Event details, view details. It's a button. I need to add the information in. So it's super easy to build out these emails that you can be using to communicate with your people. I think one of the most useful ones, I'm going to exit this, I'm not going to save, is probably for those people who have like a large clientele that they want to keep touches with, would be these newsletters. It would be to come in here and like maybe play with a newsletter, kind of check out what it looks like.
Rachel wanted to do a newsletter, and I said, well, she said something about once a week, and I said, once a week is too much. If you did one once a month, I can see that, but nobody's going to want to read a newsletter once a week.
Yeah, and you guys could come in here and you could put what you've been doing. We got such and such client. I wouldn't use their name. Maybe like our newest client under contract, or our suite buyers from blah, blah, blah under contract today. You could put a photo of the house that you got under contract. You could do like, we listed this house, blah, blah, blah. Here's a brief description. If you want more, click this link, and you could put a picture of that house. Or maybe you're working on a donation project. Like if for Red Day, this would have been a great place to put like the photo of the small miracles. And then you could have told a little bit about what we were doing. And if they wanted to donate, like you could have added that link there. It's just
about how the market's doing in like Johnson City.
Exactly. You can add that in here as well. You can do a picture of Johnson City. You don't even have to use the picture. Just change the verbiage and the information. They've given you like a nice little outline of what it's looked like. Remember to click the preview. And then they can kind of scroll down through here and see what's going on. And they can contact you for more details and even download your app.
All I know how to get info is Neighborhood Nurture. I don't know otherwise how to get like the stats of what homes are going for in Johnson City. I'm not sure where to go for that except for Neighborhood Nurture and pick an exact neighborhood.
And that's what you would do.
Yeah.
You see the market snapshot here? If I wanted to make this very first one, maybe I didn't want to use that. I can drop this here. And I can change this to say,
for some reason, I always go to the Tree Streets, and that's my favorite go-to for JC.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah. And then Skyline Drive. It just sounds fancy.
Take that off.
Do the Ridges, but that's only for a certain clientele.
376
Knob Creek, something like that.
Is that 04?
37604, I think so. Oh, that's at least Old Navy on People Street is 37604.
Johnson City. I can do just Johnson City. Tree
Oh,
Streets.
look at there, tree streets.
Yep. You can just leave it the postal code and it'll do the whole area.
Mm-hmm.
So then click done. Oh, sorry.
Seems like a popular, trendy area.
So then it'll look like this.
Cool.
Nothing's pulling over. I bet you there's nothing listed
No
out
one's
there right now.
selling. I know.
Everything that was listed is sold. So you could put in here, you could edit and be like, we need more.
Is that in Spanish? Lorem ipsum delor.
I think it's just a bunch of letters.
Sounds like Spanish.
It might be, but I'm not Spanish. I think it's just a bunch of letters, though, to be honest with you, because my other one was in English.
Hmm.
Blah, 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 blah. Done. So you could do something like this.
Yeah.
You could do a couple of those. Let's see if we can get something to trigger. Let's just do, I want to do Johnson City. Johnson City. Done. That says NA too. I wonder if they're working on the market snapshots. They were giving us information. Right now, they're not.
Yeah.
Anything gonna give me?
Well, that says tree streets too.
Well, I changed it to say tree streets.
Okay.
See here,
Uh-huh.
I put in that header. Huh. I wonder if I need to.
Got no listings.
Well, it's either that or I need to clear my cookies. I may need to clear my cookies and let some information roll through because I know they're doing an update the beginning of June. And it could help the situation. But I probably need to clear my cookies and then, what's the word I'm looking for? Refresh, and I bet you I would get some information.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to clear my cookies because
What's a crappy place? That probably has houses for sale, like downtown.
I did all
or something like that.
Did all of Johnson City. Let's see. 376.
37663 is Kingsport. I mean, I don't want to say it's crappy because I live there.
That pulled. Look.
Mm-hmm.
6. Average days on market 44. Average list price. So it could just be the specific neighborhoods or what's given its issues. Let's do 37604 as a whole. Done. Yeah, if I do that area code as a whole, you see the information I'm getting. Yeah. It's just there's not enough for sale right now in the areas for it to give it stats. It's crazy. Average days on market 30. Wow.
Why? When it sells so quickly, wouldn't it be like 2?
Because it's from the time the listing is entered until it closes. It's not when it changes to under contract.
Okay.
That's still a wild number. Like, really think about that. The average is closing in 30 days. Usually your average is around 45.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at like the deals that went over 30 days versus the deals that closed in 30 days. So your normal average is around 45. This 30-day average means things are closing in like 2 weeks.
Cash buyers, yeah.
Yeah. Do you realize that? That's insane. That's insane.
I had a good cry yesterday, Brooklyn. I had a lady that I was working with from North Carolina, and I gave her the gate code to look at property by herself. And she wound up, she called me. I was working at Old Navy, and she texted me and said she wanted to make an offer on this property. So I got back to her within a couple hours, and by then she had already called the listing agent, made an offer through the listing agent, and went behind my back. And I had helped her so much. I'd helped her bazillion questions and sent her all kinds of paperwork. And so the listing agent said, well, she said she never met you and she didn't have a signed contract. So I just had a good cry. I cried my eyes out, and I talked to Ron, and I'm like, I'm so tired of giving 110% to people and they treat you like that.
Did you not get a buyer's rep signed?
I hadn't even met the lady yet. She was from North Carolina. She was coming to look at land by herself. At least she didn't want to be escorted to see land. But I had sent her a patient. Rachel was going to show her a house at 4:30. She canceled that because when she saw the land, she wanted to make a contract on the land, which if she had waited 2 hours, I would have squared her away and gotten her everything she needed and told the listing agent I had a full price offer on the way. And I didn't hear anything from the agent, nothing, crickets. So I'm like, are you in a car accident? Are you okay? You're making me worried. Like I thought she either died or she was a nutcase, one of the two. So turns out she was a nutcase.
Wow.
How do you get a buyer's rep agreement from someone that you haven't even met yet and it's just coming from out of town? It's like, because I would have sent that with the whole contract package.
I guess the lesson there is I wouldn't have given her the gate code. Because
But I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to go out there and meet her there either because I had to work. And I thought if she wants to go by herself, have at it.
did you tell the listing agent that they went out there by
I
themselves?
asked her if that was okay, and she said, yes, it's okay.
Okay. Well, I mean that
Frank Marsh said that she should have given me a referral fee after she found out what happened.
she should have.
But
That would have been the win-win situation for everybody.
yeah,
And when she said that she had never even met you, like that was, in my opinion, bad on the agent. They should have seriously been like, well, have they been helping you? Okay, let me contact them. That agent should have tried to get a hold of you.
yeah,
That
she
was-
should answer my questions. I had questions for her. I said, did they bless you? I said, did they keep up with the greenbelt taxes? Because that was one of the questions. Do you want to assume the greenbelt? And so I asked her that. Nothing, crickets, nothing. Because she had already been in contact with the lady and was putting an offer in and went through the contract with her and answered all of her questions and did it herself. But anyway, I'm over it. I'm done crying about it. I'm over it. So I just learned the lesson the hard way.
I'm sorry. We've all been there. We've all had things like that happen.
Yeah, good lesson to learn.
Yep. I had people that I showed probably 5 properties to, and I don't show property on Saturday. I tell all my clients that up front. I don't show
Mhm.
property on Saturday. That's my day off. That's the day I go to church.
Mhm.
If it's an emergency, I'm more than happy to help. But if it's just to look at property, I have people that I can ask to help me, but that's just the one day that I don't.
Mhm.
Emily Danner shows property for me on Saturday all the time, and I show property for her on Sunday. It's kind of like a little thing that we've worked out together.
Mhm.
But I had these one clients and they wanted to look at a property and it was going to be a Saturday. Well, they didn't even contact me. And I had told them, I've got someone to help me. So if you want to see something, just let me know. Contacted the listing agent. I had showed them 5 properties. They contacted the listing agent. The listing agent showed it, and they didn't even tell the listing agent that they had been looking at property with me. They just sent me an email themselves and said, well, since we didn't have a buyer's rep signed with you, we just decided to use the listing agent. We feel like we got a better deal using the listing agent. Like, talk about devastated.
What?
Yep.
A
I'm
better
like,
deal.
a better deal. And all I could reply was, you probably didn't, because now you have no representation. But if that makes you feel better, go for it.
Yeah, I would love to have applied to that lady, but I said, no, I can't risk my license with what I want to say to her. So I'm just going to block her from ever calling me again. Not that she'll ever want to call me again, and undo her subscription and portal and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah. But truthfully, to me, it's like, did the client know, like my client obviously knew the situation. Did your client know the specific situation, or did that client get fooled by the agent? I would really want to know that. Like, did they call the listing agent and the listing agent said, well, did you speak with, have you met? And she said, no. Or no, what was the, like, I would have loved to know, fly on the wall. Like, I would have loved to know both stories.
she knew because she called me at Old Navy and said, I want to make $170,000 is the asking price. I want to make an offer with all the stipulations. I'm like, well, what the hell does that mean? All the stipulations. So that's when I sent her a bazillion questions about the contract, went home, even wrote it up myself, guessing what she wanted because she didn't get back to me. And then when I got done and I went to send it to her, that's when the agent called and said, oh, we already have another offer. Okay. Didn't realize it was her that was offering. So I don't know. I mean, that's why I had a lady call me at Johnson City about Sarah McKinney's property. And she said she's working with another agent, but she's not sure if he does Irwin. If he doesn't do Irwin, she'll call me. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be that person that steps on someone's toes. Like if I do an open house this Saturday on that property, I don't want to contact her and say, oh, FYI, by the way, I'm doing an open house. I can do a video call with you, because I don't want to be that person that's stepping on that other agent's toes if she's already working with somebody else.
But that's being a good agent.
Even if they don't have a buyer's rep agreement, I feel like I'm still being that nasty person, like that one that backstabbed me.
Yeah. And it sucks. It really does. But you doing the right thing, it'll come back to you. It will.
Yeah.
All right. So before this class ends, let me show you how you can send these emails easily after you get them put together.
Okay.
So obviously you're going to save and exit. I'm not going to save this. And how you can send these out is it's really cool. So if you go to like the campaign section, the little call horn here, and you click on create a campaign right up here in the top right hand corner and select email, it's going to give you this screen, and you can name it whatever you want to name it. It's going to ask you what your goal is. It doesn't matter what you pick. It's literally just for informational purposes for you to be aware of. Okay. And then you're going to select whether you want to use command email or MailChimp. I don't even use MailChimp anymore. Command email, they give you 5,000 free emails a month to send out. A month.
Yeah. What is MailChimp? Because they asked me to register for it. I'm like, why do I need that? I haven't needed it by now.
MailChimp was what we used to use before they developed command email, but it was how we would send out bulk emails and stuff.
Okay.
I don't use it. I just use command email.
Okay.
So then you just select create a campaign. And it's going to bring you to this screen over here. You can change the campaign name here if you want to. You can even change the goal right up here if you choose to. It's going to have the email account that it's attached to. I forgot. We need to go into settings and look at something, but because this is kind of like grayed out, you can't change it. I'll show you the settings piece of this in just a minute. Okay. And then you have your recipient lists. Okay. Here's where you can create lists of the people who are getting these emails. You can also use these emails in your smart plans. So if you want your people to get like an email from you, like say you've created like a new buyer checklist, smart plan, you can create an email that they get every so often that basically just says, hey, step 1 of becoming a new buyer is getting pre-approved. And you can talk about in that email the processes of getting pre-approved and who your top 3 lenders are. Then you can delay it for like 2 or 3 weeks and send out another email. Hey, step 2 of the buyer process is get with me and let's talk about all the things that you like about houses and start looking at houses, yada, yada, yada. If you've already done this, great. If not, let's get together. Here's a link to schedule an appointment with me. Kind of type deal thing. So you can do these emails in Smart Plans as well. But if you want to create people who are going to like receive your newsletter, what you can do is you can click that create a list button and you can start typing in people's names, or you can search via people with email addresses or people that are connected to neighborhoods, like if you're going to do your own neighborhood nurture kind of type deal thing, or you can use your tags. Here's where tags come into play, okay? Say you want to send a newsletter to all your past buyer and sellers. So you can come in here and you can check buyers, buyer seller, buyer, all the ones that you've done for buyers, and then all the ones that you've done for seller. Seller, seller, sold, sold. I have a bunch of tags that I really need to get rid of, but here you go. Close tags. Now all the people with those tags pull up right here in this list, and it's going to tell me if I click this, it's going to select them all. I have 100 contacts for buyers and sellers. That's a lot of people. Okay. I'll name this list newsletter group, and then I can hit confirm, and it will create that group for me, that list. And I can always edit this list as I build people into my database. All I got to do is on this list, select my group, and then hit the edit button. Filter using those tags again, select all, and the list will grow. It'll keep adding people to it. It won't add them automatically. You'll just have to update that list every so often.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have your send from. So it's going to be my email address that I put in on my settings, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. And then you have your subject. Then I can click here where it says select design. I'm going to select that template we built. Now I can even edit it from here. If I maybe need to add a couple things and change it, like I'm sending out a new newsletter, I can use the same template and just come in and change the information real quick as I'm building out the email to send out. Hit save and exit. And then it even shows me a preview of what that email looks like on the right-hand side.
I like that font where it says luxury. That's cool.
Yeah, that's not my font. That's literally the logo for luxury. And you'd have to talk to Ryan about what your criteria is before you get that
Oh, sure.
luxury. I think you have to sell property, like 3 properties over like, it's either over 500,000 or over 75.
Wow.
100,000. Like it's a lot.
One day.
One day. Okay, and then you would literally, like you can hit the schedule button. So you can schedule it to send on a certain day. Or you can send it right then and there by clicking the send button. And it will send that email out to everyone who's on that list. So for me, how it has helped me a lot. I don't know, I'm just going to save this as a draft, save and exit. For me, how it's helped me out a lot is when I go to send out my emails for classes, I literally sit down one day, I use the same templates and just change the information around to what needs to be changed around. I schedule them all out in one day for the next month, and then it sends it out. Now, when it emails them out, notice 38 people opened up my email from the class recordings that I sent out. 38 people. Nobody clicked on any of the links.
And I'm the only one here today out of those 38 people.
Yeah, out of 38 people. Only one here today. Now you can see with some of my past, like it's captured the people who've clicked on it. A lot of people get to my class through the calendar. But if they get through it through the email, I can see it. And then my recordings, I'm not sure why this is all zeroed out, but I have had people click on the recordings and watch them.
Aren't you frustrated though? Like when you offer a class like today, and if I weren't to show up and nobody shows up, you're like, what the heck? Nobody cares.
No, because I know the market is absolutely crazy right now. So I know a lot of people, especially newer agents, are running around like chickens with their head chopped off showing property. So I try not to let it get to me. A lot of people tell me that they go to the calendar and watch past recordings.
Mm.
So it doesn't frustrate me. I just when people come to me and they ask me a bunch of questions, I can kind of gauge whether they've watched a video or not. And I'll ask, have you been to class blah, blah, blah? And they'll either say yes or no. And if they say no, then I just send them the link to the video. And I'm like, well, watch this class. Let me know if you have any questions after you've watched this class.
Yeah, because like Drew from Target, Drew works at Target, and he started when I started. And he had to have Amy show him how to put a contact and an opportunity in to do a listing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You have not watched Command yet, and you started when I started? I just don't get I need more information. I need to learn so I don't feel stupid. And I don't get why some people just say, well, whatever, I'll just blow it off.
Some people just like to learn on the fly. I'm like you. I like to know ahead of time what's going on.
Yeah.
But that's how you use the email the campaigns to send out. So
That's really good, because I mean, I never knew the benefit of that. I always thought you just create your own email, what's the difference, that kind of thing. And I don't understand why people pay for Twilio, because if you can do this for free, why would you pay for Twilio?
because Twilio is text message. Twilio is not email. Twilio
Yeah,
is,
but you still have to pay for it, where you can just do it manually and not have to pay for it.
but I have a smart plan that goes out to over 40 people for every holiday that sends them a text message for every major holiday and several small holidays. And I use Twilio for that because it only costs me like $3 a month. It's stupid cheap. I literally set the smart plan in motion and the text message goes out through Twilio. I didn't have to do anything other than put people on that smart plan.
I thought it was $10 a month. And then why wouldn't you just do email instead of text if you can just do that for free? You think some people respond to text better?
I do. I think some people respond to text better. So
yeah.
I get a lot of like when I try to like be close to my computer on a holiday when I know my text is going to go out, because I like to respond when people respond. And I only have like a handful of people that respond to a given text, usually because on major holidays, they're busy too. So they read it and they're like, oh, that's sweet. And they don't say anything. But on some of the smaller ones, like I did something for May the 4th be with you. It's a Star Wars reference because I'm a Star Wars nerd. So I sent something out on May 4th. And I got several responses to that, which I thought was cute because a lot of people didn't realize, oh, you're a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah, you're a geek.
I am. I'm the chic geek.
My husband was just watching 7 of 9 on Star Trek last night. He likes to watch the reruns of that Picard Star Trek thing.
Oh, see, now I never got into the old school Star Trek. I'm a new Trekkie. the new stuff.
I don't get into it either. Well, thank you, Brooklyn, for all your help, and I will use this. I'll teach Rachel. We're gonna have a little come to Jesus meeting and figure out what we're gonna do to generate more leads together.
Well, I definitely send a newsletter out to all your clients, letting them know, hey, this is what's
Yeah.
going on in the market. If you know anyone who's wanting to buy or sell, let us know. We're more than happy to help them. I mean, even if it's just to all the people you've done deals with in the past, and even your sphere of influence. If you have your sphere of influence's email address, send them that. And if they opt out of it or they say, I want to unsubscribe or whatever, that's fine. Like,
Mhm.
less email to go to them. But if you're, coming from a place of value, you could even do like a spotlight on your newsletter to, house cleaning tips. And there's
Yeah.
all kind of stuff like
Oh
that on
my
the internet.
gosh. That's a good idea.
Yeah. House cleaning tip 101, how to clean your microwave. Did you know that you can microwave is it vinegar, water, and a little bit of dish detergent? I can't remember what the mixture is, but you microwave it for like so many minutes, and the stuff inside your microwave from the steam and all that stuff mixed together wipes right off. It really works.
How about get you a new microwave?
No, I just clean mine.
I didn't work for me. My old one is nasty. I like the new self-clean ones that are stainless steel because then they're easy to clean. The white ones are impossible to clean.
I also like the
Anyway.
inside is stainless steel.
Yes, there's easy to clean stainless steel. So we did an announcement. She made an announcement on the Corey Living Keller Facebook page, which was super cute. So that is, and then she invited people to like our Facebook page. So that was nice of her to do that.
Ah, that's cool.
Yep. So thank you for all your help, and I will implement this for sure.
Awesome. Do it to it, sister. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, have a good night.
You too.